Each year we learn a little more about our oceans and some of the secrets that they've been hiding. Thousands of years ago there existed a number of ancient civilizations, and although Atlantis might come to mind when we think of underwater civilizations, archaeologists have made a number of interesting discoveries that show us that a number of these civilizations are now on the seafloor. In fact, one of these was found just off the coast of Sweden, with the researchers from Lund University saying they found a Stone Age civilization and a number of interesting artifacts, along with a language that the team couldn't decipher. It's discoveries like this that show us that there's still a number of hidden civilizations out there that are just waiting to be discovered. A space satellite captured an interesting photograph a few years back, which led those who saw it wanting answers for what these strange objects were. The two large structures resemble pyramids and can be found under the Atlantic Ocean, around 124 miles or 200 kilometers from New York. Oddly enough, the two objects appear to be near identical, and using satellite tools it's estimated that they're hundreds of meters in height, being around the same size as the Great Pyramid, which is known for being the largest of the three pyramids at the Giza complex, and having a height average of 481 feet, or 147 meters. These structures appear to be almost identical, and something that users soon noticed was that their location is in a straight line with the Great Pyramid of Giza, and also the famous Pyramid of the Sun which can be found in Mexico. This has caused some to suggest that ancient monuments across the planet match up. Due to no investigations being carried out, and only having a few satellite photographs to go by, it's hard to come to a conclusion about what this object is and why it's there. But as mentioned by underwater archaeologists, as our technology continues to increase, it's very likely that discoveries like this will continue to surface, and it's likely that a number of ancient civilizations were lost to the depths, never to be seen again. We can only hope that within the next few years studies can be carried out around structures like this that will help us to get to the bottom of what they are and how they got there in the first place. Another interesting find is that of the ancient structures found below Lake McDonald. One such lost civilization may have just been rediscovered in the depths of Lake McDonald in Ontario, Canada. On one fateful day, a group of divers decided to participate in a submarine project. By the time they reached a depth of 40 feet, they found a series of oddly shaped structures. At first glance, researchers hypothesized that they were a type of perched erratic, that a bunch of glaciers transported thousands of years ago at the end of the last ice age. However, upon closer inspection, the divers noticed that the structures had far more detail worth looking into. That prompted several more scientists and geologists to conclude that the rock assembly was made up of 7 gigantic monoliths, and that they were made by man and not nature. But how exactly did these rocks get here? Is there a chance that they could have fallen on top of each other in a perfect structure by chance? To find the answers, the experts turned to math and statistics. As predicted, the numbers only reported that rocks forming such a structure were almost impossible. To have 7 rocks be situated in such a position was practically unthinkable. So one thing was for certain, this was no work of Mother Nature. Knowing that, scientists decided to look for the next obvious signs of human involvement, with possible tool use or other decorative images. They first found a layer of sediment, which indicated that no human had touched the rocks in quite a long time. For the many visitors who often visited the Hale-Burton forest where the structures was located, they noticed how aesthetically pleasing the rocks were. For them, it almost looked quite similar to an Antarctic Inukshuk. To try and find more answers, researchers tried to draw upon the history of the land. Thousands of years ago, they discovered that the area had suffered bouts of constant droughts. Because the land was very dry, the waters of the Great Lakes were actually around 50 meters lower. that happened to Lake McDonald as well. There is no doubt that many questions and mysteries still swirl around these unique underwater structures. However, we do know that ancient cultures are most likely more advanced than we give them credit for. Perhaps they might just point to evidence of an era in humankind's history that we've never yet discovered. Researchers have described our oceans as being the single most unexplored region on the planet. Our oceans are teeming with both undocumented marine species and impossible to explain mysteries, some of which have left researchers and scientists wanting answers. So what do you make of this interesting photograph? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below. It'd help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.